Let's do what Steve Arts 89. Well, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, was a huge hit, and there was a bit of controversy because some of the family members of the victims were not happy about it and so forth, but I don't think they were being entirely reasonable in some cases, and they did lie about being contacted and so forth, some of them, so I think they're just not happy they're not getting a cut. But apparently they're doing a season 2. Apparently Ryan Murphy has been given, it's been greenlit, season 2 of Monster and season 2 of The Watcher. Now The Watcher at least makes some sense. It's an ongoing story, or in the real world it was an ongoing story. Basically some people moved into a house and there was someone who contacted them and basically said, "I'm watching you," and kept sending them messages saying, you know, today you did this, today you did that, today you were there, and basically stalking them, making them uncomfortable, and implying that they've been watching the house, and this is a legacy thing that they've been doing it for years, and there's more than one of them or something. So it's very creepy. The real story is very creepy. I haven't watched the series yet. I hear the series is actually not as scary because they go way off the original story, which is a lot more simple. But apparently that's getting a season 2, but that makes sense as far as I know. It's an ongoing situation. It's not like at the end of the season they find and kill the Watcher, I assume. So that's not an issue. But a second season of Monster? I don't know what they're going to do. Does anyone know what they're going to do? I mean, are they just going to tell the story from someone else's perspective? Are they going to just show things that they didn't show in the story? Because are they going to show his... I mean, they showed everything. They showed his youth. They showed his getting started. They showed what he did. They showed... You know what, they probably could do a season on the court case and the legal side of it and the public's reaction to it, and more of how that affected the people and how what he did affected the family. So maybe they could do something in that space, but I don't know how they do a second season of that show. It felt really complete. I didn't feel like there were any areas they didn't really skip except the trial. But we've had, you know, other shows that focus on very much on the trial of a case, and it's interesting because you go through all the information, but there's really nothing that happens in the overall series. You know where he is, you know what happens. They did that with Dennis Nielsen. The whole series that they did on him was basically the court case, and that went through everything that happened, all the events. So you sort of got to look over all that, but it didn't actually deal with anything. There was no jeopardy. There was nothing. You know, it was just like, we know we're in court at the start, we know we're at court at the end. It's just all flashbacks. So I'm not sure how that's going to work for a second season, but I found it interesting to find that out, and I'm wondering where they're going to go with that. And I saw this a couple of days ago, and I meant to make a video, but I was busy, and then I'm like, I didn't talk about that, and I'm like, I want to know more, and I haven't been able to find more. I'm wondering, does anyone else know more about this? Have they said anything about what they plan to do for a second season? And also, speaking of other new shows, there was some fake posters for the Friday the 13th series, Crystal Lake, but they were fake, so people saw them, I think, for a second and thought they were real for Peacock, but they're not. They're fake, so I just wanted to mention that. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I'm really disappointed in The Watcher, though, because I heard this story, and it always scared me, because I heard it years ago on Unsolved Mysteries, like I'm not going to say decades ago, but a long time ago on Unsolved Mysteries. And it seemed to go on for years and years and years and years. And it's just such a scary story. And it's so simple. And I feel like they just complicated it. It's like they couldn't... I don't know if they couldn't get the rights to the real story, or if they... I don't know, but they appear to have strayed off. From what I've heard, they've strayed off the real story, which was more simple and more scary. And, you know, could have gone on for longer than... I need to actually watch it and see if they did what they did. But I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.